Hello everyone and welcome to this Teach It Right monthly update video for March 2024. Let's jump straight into it. To begin with, we have the centre messages. Can we please just remind that all our pupils be as diligent as possible with handing in their homework right at the start of the lesson. It's really important. The first thing you should do is get the homework out, hand it in to the marker, and then probably get ready for beginning your spellings. But it's really important. The last thing our markers want to have to do is sort of chase things, especially if we've had a few instances of receiving things at the last minute, and it does make things difficult to give that really good feedback. Equally for our parents, please don't feel the need to mark the homework. It's what our markers are there for, and it gives them a chance to get that really important information and feedback to the tutor on how the children are doing. If you are marking them at home, obviously it takes away from what the markers need to be doing, and I think it's useful for us to get that sort of first chance at feedback. If parents can attend all the weekly feedback huddles that should be occurring, it's a really important opportunity as well for our tutors to feedback. Now, this can be on things like the homework, but also, very importantly, on the actual lesson content, what the students have done well at, what the students found hard, if there's any particular areas they need to revisit, and that, I would say, is the best place to be spending your parent input time, which is so valuable, talking through what they've done in the lesson, ensuring they understand, and actually giving the students an opportunity to teach you what they've done in the lesson is a fantastic way to really assist your students, make sure they're learning, make sure they're doing really well, and giving them an opportunity to sort of teach a little bit what's gone in the lesson to mum and dad is a great way of really formalising and making sure they've understood. So absolutely recommend that. Just very briefly, here's a quick summary of all the books that they've been using this block. Obviously, please do make sure to keep the bags manageable, that only these books are in here, and of course these will also be the books to take out when we hit week 1 of the new block 5, which is coming up not that far away. Parents, this is really important. Our ISCB Common Pre-Test online course is going on, and for some of you it will be incredibly relevant, so please be aware that Teach It Right is running a collaboration with ISCB. We are running specific lessons online that are tailored to teach everything you need to understand how we go through, how the course is constructed. It is different in that it's an online examination, so there are differences in technique, different things you're going to be able to write down, but also just mechanical differences in terms of how you answer the questions. Now, I've got here at the bottom email from Sandy. This is vital. Lovely Sandy office is going to be sending around an email with a list of all the potential schools that use the ISEB exam board, and so it's just well worth it, if nothing else, taking the time to please have a look and just check, see if any of the potential independent schools that you're considering are on that list. It'd be very useful to know. Again, independent school courses is something that obviously some of our students will be considering independent school either as their main route to schooling or as a potential backup, and we are running dedicated specific independent school courses. And one of the things that I think is really important with the independent schools, because it is not generic like 11 plus, it is specific, it's vital you have all the information you need, and there are specific details for each school. So after these holidays we are running new independent school specific courses. If you know independent school is something you're more likely to be focusing on, these are absolutely worth considering. We've had loads of children going for independent schools in addition to our 11 plus sector, and one of the things I think we'd like to offer that is just so important is a chance to speak with an expert. So we have here the lovely Sarah, who is absolutely an expert, and we would offer you more than happily a sort of a free consultation, a chance to ask, find out information about your school, and just generally talk through the process, because it is more involved in 11 plus in that each school can have their own unique bespoke differences, and it's really important that both you and us, if we're going to support you, are on the same wavelength. So really useful. If you'd like to contact her on this number here, I think it's absolutely sensible to do so, and to reach out and get that arranged. So if you're even considering, I would say, independent school, even as a backup plan, it'd be worth just finding out more information. So please do get on that as soon as you can. Our non-verbal reasoning masterclasses have started. They're going incredibly well. They're almost completely full. I think maybe 1 or 2 spaces for a few days left. So if you are considering, if you do know that non-verbal reasoning is something you struggle with, couldn't recommend these more. It just really digs into some of the specific topics and again highlights some of the codes. For example, one of the ones that's very popular is clever cubes and nets down here. Very popular. It's something that we know can come up and is quite challenging when it does. So if you need a little bit of a boost in non-verbal, or you missed any of the block 1, 2 or 3 blocks where we had an opportunity to do some of that practice, I would certainly recommend having a look at these in the future. The parent workshop. So our next one is creative writing. Now this is obviously a bit unique in that it doesn't necessarily apply to all our students, although of course at school creative writing will absolutely be a feature. I would say this is more a focus for our Reading Boys students, where we know creative writing will feature in the exam, Also, I would say actually independent schools where we know an opportunity for creative writing is there, but this is absolutely available to anyone. There's no reason why you wouldn't find this useful. As I said, creative writing will feature as part of schools right the way up to English GCSE, so you may want to find some hints and tips. This is also a very special parent workshop, and we have the amazing Louise Swan back with us, who is just an English absolute pro, and so as such, well worth listening to. She's got all sorts of hints, tips, and just excellent advice, really, from someone who's incredibly experienced. So this is now available to book online, available to all our parents, but say certainly would recommend it for if you're considering Reading Boys or the independent school courses. Have you booked our Easter mock exams? We cannot recommend, of course, enough getting in that additional early practice, and a mock exam is a great way to sort of ascertain where you're at and really start building in that experience. As we are running camps and mock exams over the holiday, and it may well be time to get going on those. If you do decide to book, and this is both for Easter and summer, there's a whole array of codes down here that I would recommend you have a look through. Essentially, the more you book, the more you save, and the mock exams are fantastic. They're really detailed and a great chance to practice what you've been doing. On now to the Easter camps. Again, the camps are brilliant. The camps are really like additional blocks in terms of the amount of material we cover, in terms of the amount of books you're going to receive. They are like an entire block worth of material crammed into 3 days, but we do also make sure they are really fun. So there are games, there are activities, you get brand new practice material, there are quizzes, competitions, goodies. So although they are a chance to sort of cram and get a lot of work in, they are done in teacher-ized style, which means really we do find the kids absolutely love them. They do enjoy the courses, and it may well be time for you to start. And certainly I would recommend over the summer or the Easter, at least getting in 1 or 2 of these is really useful. And the reason we run the camps as opposed to just continue the blocks is to give you parents the flexibility to book depending on things like holidays, obviously, because things go up. So if you are free, you are around, I would certainly consider having a look at these. And again, booking more camps gets you more of a discount, so it's well worth looking through these codes now. On to some really exciting news, partly to celebrate World Book Day. Teacher ran a writing competition, and I have to say we were stunned by some of the entries. They are absolutely superb. So I do want to just run through the winners and display some of the fantastic work, not only just the drawings but also the quality of the writing here. We were blown away with, and we had loads of entries, and we are actually, I'm sure, going to make sure that everyone who put in an entry gets a little something. But for now, our winners are the lovely Verinda from Maidenhead. Incredibly impressed, awesome piece of artwork and wonderful writing. And our runners up here are Munir and Aria. Again, Year 5s took it today, but I'm sure the Year 4s will get them next time. And then big congratulations, because it means, of course, you will be winning this massive vocabulary flashcard set. And these prezzies are en route to centres as we speak, so they will probably be with you by your next lesson, or at the very latest, the following. We'll make sure we deliver them probably to coincide with the Week 5 exams and assessments. But really well done to everyone. A huge thank you to everyone who entered. I'm sure many of these will be featuring up on the website as well. Little collage just to show off how wonderful you are, but really impressed, really cool. So well done, everybody. Finally, of course, don't forget that we have our homework support club running Monday and Tuesday, week in, week out. Providing it's term time, the homework club will be there. Really useful, again, just to stop by if you've lost your homework sheet, if you can't print it off, if you're not quite sure, if you want a few little hints and tips, or if you just want a social place to work for an hour just to get it out of the way, done and dusted, we would absolutely recommend you attend the homework club. Which leads us really then to a summary of the important information. So again, please do be prompt at pick up and drop off time. Make sure to attend the huddles at the end just for 5 minutes. It's so useful to give the tutor a chance to just debrief everyone. The creative writing workshop is from the 24th of March. The Block 4 feedback meetings via Zoom will be taking place on the 18th of March, the week commencing the 18th of March onwards. We've got an Easter holiday coming up, so again, please make a note of the dates here so you know when and where to be. And again, just a reminder, we are continuing the homework club throughout term time, so get these jotted down. Right, everyone, I hope that was useful. Any other questions, of course, don't hesitate to reach out to the office directly, or, of course, your tutors in the huddles. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.